Okay, welcome to BMA Portfolio Analytics training session number 1. In this video, we will show you how to create a simple portfolio analysis report. But first things first, let's log in. As usual, you need to provide username and password for secured connection. Now we arrive here on the blank dashboard and the first page of it, which is blank as well. Here we are working on our test database. We're just going to choose a date. The latest one will work just fine for us. So when you want to create a report, you can actually just click on one of these wheels here. It will display a small menu from which you can just click Create Report. Now there are a number of reports that you can choose from. As you can see here, some of them are dedicated to portfolio analysis, some of them are more into benchmarking or risk analysis. You can also link report and clone reports. That will be actually detailed in later videos. For today, we'll just concentrate on portfolio analysis. So I'm just going to select that one and then click Create. Now, what you can see here on the left is basically a set of parameters that you can choose from. On the right here, we will see in a minute, it's going to be the preview of the results. We'll get the table here and the graph at the bottom. I'm just going to start by choosing a title for my report. It's going to be my portfolio analysis. And then I'm going to start with the parameters. So the first thing we see here is we have to choose two analytic dimensions. Basically, these dimensions are going to be the two variables that we are going to use to slice and dice the portfolio. Here we're using our test database, so the analytics dimension are basically the one that have been provided with that test set of data. Obviously, this will change, and will be completely bespoke to each user, depending on data availability and the different data models. So here I'm just going to choose asset class, and maybe I want to see that by country. Because I'm looking into a private equity real estate fund here. Now, the next parameter is the date. So here I have the choice between the dashboard date, the one that we just chose at the beginning, or I can choose one of the fixed dates. The key difference here is if I choose the dashboard date, then that report will automatically refresh when I will change my dashboard date. If I choose a specific date here, then the report will be frozen at this specific date. Next step, the measure. Okay, so I want to see my portfolio by asset class and by country, and I want to see for each of these buckets a specific measure. We have a number of them. We have spot measures and we have projected ones. All of this is detailed in our user guide. For the purpose of this example, I'm just going to stick with assets under management. We can choose the report currency. There are a number of them here. I'm just going to keep the euro one. We can decide if we want to work from the base currency, i.e. the currency of the fund, or the local currency, i.e. the currency of the specific investments. We can also choose different analysis type. Here is just plain asset under management, but we could also look into contribution analysis, which could be quite helpful, especially when you look into performance analysis. Now there are a number of charts as well available, and the type of charts will depend on the choice of measure. Now I'm just going to run so we can see a first preview. So here we see the complete set of data, and we can see the chart, the corresponding chart. I can decide to change the chart type, for example. I rerun, give me a different type of chart. Now there is another area of parameters which is what we call filters here. I'll show you how we can use that quite simply. Now in our test database we've simulated the case where some of the tags for our data has not been provided correctly. So here, for example, we have a NA, which is not very nice. So we're just going to try to remove this. So we're going to add a filter simply by looking into country. Now we have a list of countries available. We can choose NA, and we can choose to exclude that country. I rerun, and oh, it disappeared now. I could do the same with Korea, just by adding Korea to the list. And now we have a complete set of data. Now I can click OK, and my report is displayed here. Now, as I mentioned, I've chosen this report to be linked to this particular COP date, the dashboard COP date. So if I change that COP date, the report will automatically refresh. So I can go back now to my date. From this report, I can also decide to get the chart instead of getting the table. I can decide to see the inputs in place, and I can modify it and just click apply and save to refresh my report. I can also export data. So if I click here, I will export into CSV, which is a format compatible with Excel, or I can export into PDF. The type of export will change with the data which is displayed. So if I display the chart, I can export then to an image or into PDF again. I can also go back to the initial screen by just clicking Edit Report, which gives me a complete set of parameter and preview screen. Okay, I think that's it for this brief video. I hope you are now able to create your own portfolio analysis.